Good evening, everyone. My name's Nick. Welcome to tonight's Super Duper Zoom, where we're going to share the results of our online dating for 18 months. What happened once we met? So my name is Nick, as I said, and I'm going to host the Zoom tonight with my colleague and business partner here, Corlia Hector. Corlia, welcome to the call. Can you hear me? Unmute.
Sorry.
There we go. No, I muted you. Unmute. That's it. Cool. I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you, Nick, again.
Pleasure. Great, guys. Thanks for joining all the people that are new to the call here. Tonight's Zoom, the topic of tonight's Zoom is the event that we've just come off this past Monday, Sunday and Monday. And we want to share it with you. As you guys know or don't know, many of us that attended the event on Monday had never, ever met each other. Never, ever met each other. In fact, we knew each other for 18 months on Zoom. That was that, 18 months on Zoom. And our colleagues in Colorado Springs were so jealous. We were so happy they were jealous because we get jealous when they have their functions. So it's karma, right? It was our turn. So anyway, so it started off on Thursday night. When I took Marina out for dinner. And I don't know what happened, but everybody found us. Everybody found us from Bloemfontein. They had come up and they found us and they gate crashed. And you know, we've got manners. So we didn't chase them away. We invited them to our table. You know, all the ladies sat around me and the men on one side. Okay, so we had a good time. We drank a lot of Elite. It was great. We were speaking about Moa and Elite and Finale and all these nice things. You know, we were even discussing some food recipes. Okay. So anyway, guys, right. So enough of my nonsense. Corlia?
Yes, Nick.
Let's invite the first speakers on to share their experiences, and then we'll just chat as we go.
Okay.
Who's first?
It's Vrouwen and Lindy.
Vrouwen and Lindy. Okay, can
yes.
you mute yourselves? You're able to.
Hi, everyone. Unfortunately, tonight it's only Vrouwen.
But Vrouwen, please listen, before you start, you have to tell the truth. You're not allowed to lie. So I'm just going to spotlight you so we can see you.
Yeah.
You do that.
There you go.
I just want to know if I must raise my voice, Nick, because you said all the ladies sat next to you, but I sat next to you.
Afterwards.
Oh, was it?
Because you were jealous.
Okay, I see. All right. Well, I just chewed.
So tell us your story, Frank. Tell us your experience. What did you expect? I mean, you know, we knew each other on Zooms. We knew each other well on Zooms. What did you expect when you came to Emperors that first night, you and Lindy? What did you expect to see? Oh, okay, so you must have known most of the people, but tell us how you felt, and then we'll go on to Monday.
So, first of all, everybody, hi, I'm Vrouwen, and my beautiful wife, Lindy, is doing her motherly duties with our kids tonight, so please excuse her. And I sat down today and I thought, like, what do you say, you know, about this event and the people you meet, and where do you start? And Nick, you actually put it so beautifully about saying, you know, like going from where we were 18 months ago to today, what happened? And the honest truth about this, like you said, I'm not allowed to lie. The honest truth about this is that apart from Erika and my wife, nobody on this Zoom I've ever spoken to or ever met before we started with New Age or back then RX. And it was so incredible when we got to Emperors and we walked past that family restaurant on the left. And that's when I knew this is going to be a night to remember. And we just gelled with everyone that was there. And fast forwarding a little bit to the next day when we were at Limoni, and we all became acquainted and we met one another. When we got to Limoni, I think it was Craig. Craig said, and this is something that I really took to heart, you know, and you said, I'm not an accountant, and I'm not, but in the profession that I've got, I deal with a lot of sensitive information. So what I've learned throughout the years, you know, my how did they call it, my sideline hustle. Throughout the years, I've realized that if I become too acquainted with a person, if we become close friends, it always influences our business relationship. And, you know, from a financial perspective, you know, people do make financial mistakes, and then they struggle to be open with a friend. When Craig said, you know, that some of your best friends in life will come out of this industry and are the people that are on the Zoom or in this room, you know, it's something that kind of stuck with me. How, you know, 18 months ago, I've never heard the name Corlia, you know, and today we almost speak on a daily basis. I've been to Melkbosstrand once, you know, now, I mean, we've got our local Melkbosstranders there, standards, and, you know, and we've become good friends. And, you know, and the people that were there, none of us knew how RX is going to end up with Mavi and New Age and the direction. You know, we kind of took this leap of faith and saying, okay, listen, all of us here, we've got this idea that there's something better in life. You know, the system is not working as it should work. And this is the answer for it. And how that kind of stuck with us. And through all of these changes and meeting everybody for the first time, it was incredible. And I must say, you know, I've realized if there's one thing I can take home, and there's a couple of things, but an important thing, I think if I shave my hair off, I'll be in a lot more pictures with the ladies. But you know, Nick, we can keep that spot for you. But, right, all jokes set aside, Craig was a great person to meet, and to get to know Jared as a person was really a lot of fun. We actually stayed afterwards a little bit to have a chat with him and to get to know him. But when Mark spoke, and if I can take him as the guest of honor, when he said the way that he painted it, and I think a lot of people, we don't sit down and decide what we want out of life or out of business or relationships or friendships. And when he said, you know, your life is this mural, okay, there's this canvas that you can paint. And at the end of your life, when you decide, how does this look? Going from myself now as a young man to where I am now, where we start as business owners and this whole journey that we are on, you are the person that paints that picture. And the passion that they have for sharing this opportunity and the business and the products and all of that with people, you know, and how you can impact the lives of so many. They gave a different meaning to servant leaders. It's incredible. I cannot put it into words, and it's the reason why this company is so successful and why the culture in this company is so beautiful. It's because the people that are in charge, the people that are leading the charge, all of them are doing it with their hearts on their sleeves. They're doing it for the people. They're doing it to make Africa a better place, the world a better place. And it's amazing. And I can say that you guys are awesome. The strangers becoming friends and friends family. I don't know what's after family, but I think that's where we are.
Absolutely. Thank you, Fruan. Oh, well said. You couldn't have said it better. It was amazing. You know, the term "strangers become friends and friends become family." That absolutely worked on when we met each other. That's exactly how we felt. So,
Yes.
Corlia, who's next?
Willie, I just want to make sure if he is on the Zoom because he have another Zoom. Willie, are you on the Zoom? No. So we go on to Jimmy and Andre.
Awesome.
Hi guys, hi
everyone.
everyone. Hope you're well. So great to see everyone, and yeah, it's such an honor to actually be able to be on the seat to talk about what we've experienced the past week, and not just the past week. If I can backtrack like 3 weeks ago, when we really started working towards going into a place where we had to work for the position, top 25, people that's in the Fluid campaign, and, sharing your link and the Hype campaign. I think it started 3 weeks ago for me, when I really realized that, the cohesion and the teamwork that there is amongst people that wants to help each other. I think that was for me the standout thing about this whole experience, was people wanted to have people there. And if we could have taken 50 or 100 people there, we would have worked to get, all of them there. And it was so amazing to see how everyone jumped in. It was a selfless, and it was selfless. Everyone was just so, you didn't care about your points. Actually, you were more stressed about the other person's points to make it. And that was one thing that stood out for me. The second thing that stood out for me on Monday was, we always meet on Zooms, and we see the people, and you see the facial expressions, and you see the hearts and the emojis coming up. But to stand in front of someone and look into their eyes and make eye contact with someone is a different ballgame. That is where you see people's integrity and people's lives, and you see their souls through their eyes. And that was what I've experienced with Craig and Jared, especially, was meeting those people looking in their eyes and see the passion and the truth and the integrity that's on its way for Africa. Guys, if you experience it on a Zoom, I want to tell you, you are on a ride like never before. You are it's going to happen. It's not a if, it's a when, and it's going to happen. And I saw it in their eyes. They didn't even have to say anything. The last thing that I would quickly like to just bring out about Mark Wilson was the integrity that he also, portrayed, and there was a story that he told, and I would like to just share it with everyone here today. He told us that when they started Oryx 10 years ago, they were 9 business partners or 9 friends or people that knew each other that got into this business. So for a year, these investors that got into Oryx did not pull 1 cent out of, for a salary. They invested into a newly found company. It wasn't, another company paying them. They're the investors and the starters and the entrepreneurs of this new business. They've invested their money. They didn't take out any salaries. And after 12 months, one of their business partners, a big friend, or a close friend of Mark Wilson, came to him, and he's like, "My friend, I can't do this. I just cannot do it. I don't have the capacity. I don't have I'm not going to pull through." And he pulled out of the business. And he saw him 5 years later, and his friend told him, "That was the biggest mistake that I've made in my whole life, was to get out." So I want to tell everyone on the Zoom tonight, even if you weren't there, we were representing you. You were there in spirit with us. Yep. And we just want to say, if there is something that if there's a 1% doubt in your mind that if you can make it or not, I want to tell you, lock arms with the people that want to lock arms with you. We are dragging you with if we have to, but we are going to all reach it to the top. We are going to all make it, and we are going to stand together, and we're going to celebrate the successes of the people. Someone said it so nicely. It was like one of our business partners couldn't attend the event, and they were like, "We were sitting at the back of the boardroom, but at least we were in the boardroom. We were in the, even if we weren't at the event or on the stage or in the front rows, we are in the boardroom, and we are going to see those people coming in from behind of the boardroom, standing on stages, and we're going to applaud them." So we are so excited, and we really, in our hearts, we made family with everyone, not just there, but on these Zooms. We are grateful for this company, and we are grateful for the personal growth that we had. And I'll stop talking because Jimmy wants to say something as well.
Yeah, we can really elaborate on the experience we had. Like Fruan said, meeting everyone for the first time on Sunday afternoon, it was just incredible to meet in person, to meet Franco and Lee and Bernard and Adri, and everyone that was there, Nick and Marina, and you know, just to be able to be in your space and to be with you there was so amazing. So it was just an awesome experience, and that's where we saw the kind of people that we're doing this business with. You know, where we realized that these are people that you can go to war with, really, because they will just stick it out and they will be there. Lindy and Fruan as well, they were there that night. And, you know, later the next day when Yola joined and Corlia and everyone that was there, you know, to just be eye to eye, like Andre mentioned, and to realize who your tribe is. And to once again just reestablish that these are the people that you are going to take the long road with. So that was something that I can really keep on talking about all night. But I wanted to get to the point of meeting the corporate guys, you know, Craig and Jared, and then at the end Mark. It was such a privilege, you know, when we left there on our way back to Bloemfontein. You know, we had time to think about all this and reflect on what just happened. And a little story came to my mind that I wanted to just quickly share with you tonight. You know, coming from a sporting background and loving rugby and all that, something happened in the 2015 Rugby World Cup that was played in New Zealand. The New Zealand rugby team called themselves the All Blacks, and they were the favorites to win the World Cup because it was held on their home turf. What happened there was that the final match was played and New Zealand was in the final. So it was a big hype around this team in the final. It's a home team. They played Australia and they eventually beaten them by quite a big margin. But at the end of the match was when something really special happened. You know, at the end of the game, the boys would take their walk of fame, and they would go and they would take pictures with the fans, and the little kids would have an opportunity to get autographs and things like that. And what happened there is that one of the stars of the New Zealand team, Sonny Bill Williams, a little boy got his attention and went over to him, took some photographs with him, and he had an opportunity to shake his hand and, you know, hug him and congratulate him on his victory and all that. But then Sonny Bill Williams did something. He took off his gold medal that he just received, something that not many players in the world have in their possession, because it's such a big thing to win the Rugby World Cup. He took off his medal and he handed it to that boy. Now that was a real special moment, and it had everyone talking. So if that boy never was a fan of Sonny Bill Williams before the match, he certainly was after the match. We felt like that little boy meeting Mark Wilson that day on Monday when we had that luncheon with him. Intimate, we could shake his hand, we could take pictures with him, we had a chat with him eye to eye, and we could really see what he was all about. And that was really special to us, to meet the pinnacle of our company, the Mark Wilson, to meet up with him, to see and hear his vision, to see his heart, look into his eyes and realize that this guy means business, not only for our company, but certainly for Africa. And that was a really big privilege. And yeah, it made me feel like a little boy to be there in his presence and meet up with him and shake his hand and take some pictures with him. That was fantastic, and something that I can't even describe in words, but it made us function on a new level for this company and gave us such inspiration. So that was from my side what was really special for us.
Thanks, Jimmy. You know, awesome. Just for those that weren't there, you know, you said something that, you know, although you weren't there, we were representing you. We were representing you. We were there on behalf of you. Not everybody could go, but these are the powers of events. Events are so important in this business because it just takes your whole demeanor to the next level. It takes your whole thing to the next level. And I'm sure those of you on the Zoom here today can just feel that energy, that positiveness, that whole thing. And that's what it's supposed to do. So let's build on this. Let's build on this for the next event, because trust me, there's going to be more. There's going to be more events, and those events, when we all there, the big events, you will see the positiveness and the spark come out in you. So, okay. So Corlia, next. Who's next?
George.
George? George, you're on mute. You're on mute, George. You're on mute. There we go. Now I can't hear you. Can't hear you, George. No, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Just no. Something wrong with your sound, George. Okay, so while George is busy there, Kolja, I think let's call Nicoline on. Let's call and George,
Yes.
keep trying there, George. Keep trying until, and then we'll bring you in just now, Nicoline. Where did are you?
Oh, sorry, George.
Yeah, Nicoline in the house.
Hey, guys. So from my side,
Really?
yeah, I don't talk as much as these other guys on the Zoom. So it feels like I'm doing this. And Yolandi says, just take a bit of wine, my dear. Just take a little bit of wine. I just wanted to tell you that it's very exciting. I mean, you can't explain this to people, to like see them on Zooms, talk to them constantly, and then meet them face to face. It was an amazing experience. It was amazing people. They're also humble and down to earth people. And I don't know. I mean, if you know you're going to meet a celeb, the excitement as a child or as a young adult, that excitement, oh, I'm going to meet a celeb. So that is how I felt when I met the South African president, Craig Brain. It was very exciting for me. And then to meet the company's president, it was like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's how excellent it was. So, and he explained, and he says, everybody at a stage says, you're crazy for doing this, you're crazy for going this route. And he just knew when people tell him he's crazy, he's on the right track, he's going places. So be crazy, be that crazy person doing the crazy things, you'll know you'll be on the right track. And then, boy, like I said, they are such humble people, down to earth, kind people. And I mean, if we can all just stay that people, if we are way up in the skies one day and making big money, having our yachts. No, I'm joking. just what I want to say is just stay humble. And my biggest hope for Africa is that we can empower people and help South Africa grow again as a country. Make brothers and sisters as far as you go. And then the last thing I want to say is know what your intent is. If you know that, you don't have to be scared. Just be who you are with a bit of crazy. Thanks, guys.
Nicoline, I'll tell you something. Where have you been? Why have you not done a Zoom? Hey? Oh, well, you're in trouble, though. You're in trouble. Erica?
It's because I'm crazy. And I'm an alcoholic. No, I'm joking. I'm really not that.
Okay.
It was awesome.
Well done. I thought it was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Well done, Nicoline. Well done.
Yeah.
Kolja, who's next?
Okay, next is Bernard de Nydri from Melkbosstrand.
Naand almal. Hi guys, my name is Adri and this is Bernard. I'm going to start to introduce him now because on Monday he introduced me and I was supposed to introduce myself. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. It's an honor to be on this Zoom tonight. And yeah, it was an absolutely amazing experience for us just to meet all the guys from Bloemfontein, to meet Nick and Marina. Look, we always see Nick, but I don't think we ever saw Marina on a Zoom. We always just saw her name. We never saw her face. So it was so amazing to really meet her face to face and just realize that, you know, we just got along immediately. Everybody there, we just had such a great time. And then, yeah, Monday when we got to the event, we were really looking forward to it. And there was a lot of teams that obviously a lot of people in our teams that couldn't be there. And I think, for us, it was in the one side, it was almost like bittersweet, bitter not having everybody there that could also experience this amazing opportunity we got. But also it was really sweet to experience that for the first time in Africa. And, I know that years coming from now, we're all going to look back and say, we were there at that first event and there was only like almost 50 people. And I'm sure that all the events that's going to follow will have hundreds of people. So for us, that was a big deal. And then obviously Mark, meeting the presidents, that was also amazing. I mean, they came in and everybody got up and it was like, oh my goodness, they are finally here and we are going to hear from them. I think one thing that really stood out to me was that Mark Wilson spoke quite a lot, and for me, I could just listen to him for the entire day. He is just so inspirational, and the stories he shared was just, I could just listen to him the entire day. And I think one of the things that was really spot on for me was the fact that he was so humble. I don't think I expected that. I honestly didn't expect him to be that humble. And I would love to share the story with you guys. For me and Bernard, we've got quite a big team in Botswana, and we work very, very closely with those guys. And I've got a couple of our team members tonight on the Zoom. And, going there, we really wanted Botswana people there, the leaders, because the leaders, they work extremely hard, guys. I cannot even tell you how hard they work. And they really deserved it. They deserved to be there. Obviously, traveling and accommodation, it was hard for them, for an hour. And, after Mark spoke and, we broke for lunch, we went and Mark and his wife were standing there. And we were talking, and Mark told us a story about two people in France, I think it was two ladies. And they came from nothing. They had nothing. And, they started working with this girl. And they said to her, listen, we as RX will help you. We'll start small and we'll give you a little bit of products. You can go out and start sell the products and see how it goes. And every time they would give her a little bit more and a little bit more, because that was what she could afford at that stage. And today, that lady is one of the wealthiest people in France. She's amazing. She is the top leader in France. And, when we broke, I had the privilege of talking to Mark, and I said to him, it's a story that he told us about those two girls in France. I can actually relate with that because we've got similar leaders in Botswana at the moment. People that's really struggling finding jobs, but their passion is there. They're working hard. They see the vision. And I told him about one of our leaders, there that's really just pulling out all the stops, working day and night. And he was supposed to be on the event. He qualified. Unfortunately, his passport got stolen and he couldn't go. So he missed it. And guys, you will not believe what happened. He actually said to me, well, Hadri, you've got his phone number, right? And I said, yes. He said, please phone him. And I was like, I looked at Bernard and I was so nervous. I couldn't find his number on my phone because I couldn't believe that the global president actually made time. I mean, you guys must remember there was 450 people there and everybody wanted to talk to Mark. And while Mark was talking to me, he was only focused on us. He was focused on our story and what we were experiencing. And I phoned the number in Botswana, and I said to one of my leaders there, and I said, you will not believe who I am on the phone. Somebody wants to talk to you. And he was flabbergasted. What that meant to him, I cannot express to you guys in words. And I think Mark probably spoke with him for 10 to 15 minutes. He wasn't in any rush to get off the phone and talk to all the other people that was actually at the event. He took his time and he spoke to this guy in Botswana. He shared his heart with him. He told him to push through and that he promises him that if he and his teams in Botswana, if they work hard, they will reap the benefits. And guys, that to me, I wanted to burst out in tears because I just couldn't believe that a man of his stature would actually do that, get on a phone somebody in Botswana and say, you know what, I'm so proud of you guys. So I just wanted to share that means so much to me. And I think I will take that to my grave one day.
Yeah, so it was quite an awesome event. I think everybody said everything. I don't know what to add. One thing I took what Mark said. He gave us about 5 pointers, and the last pointer he gave was, guys, when you do this business, you need to enjoy it. It needs to be fun. And, that's what we did. This whole event for me was fun, starting with the Saturday evening. Hadri giving Fruan a lesson on the comp plan in the boardroom of the hotel where we stayed. We've got pictures. Fruan didn't understand it so well, and we tried to phone somebody. So I'm sure
Okay.
I'm sure, Tammy, you must have get a missed call on Sunday night because we wanted to phone you. So we had a lot of fun, and even the day on the event, it was just amazing meeting everyone. We were super blessed being there. Thanks, and it was such an honor meeting all you guys there. We loved every second of it.
I'll tell you one thing. I've attended events in my life, and this ranks as one of the best. I promise you. Because you met people with their feet on the ground. There was no acting. It was straight, genuine people from the earth. That's what I loved about this whole thing. And that's why we love the business that we're in. This company is going to go places with us. We are the early adopters, the pioneers, the visionaries for this continent. This continent. Note the continent, not Southern Africa, the continent. So, Collier, can we just check if George's sound is right? George, how's your sound?
Can you hear me now?
There we go. There we go, George.
Sorry, guys. Well, first lesson of technology, always have a backup. I've got
two George, we'll learn from you always.
And I had changed my computer. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, what I wanted to say, I was so impressed. Like Nick, I have attended hundreds of these presentations. I think what really came over was the sincerity, the humility, the honesty, the decency, and the caring that came from both Craig, Jared, and from obviously Mark Wilson. I think for the president of and people don't realize that in Rand terms, this is almost a 9 billion Rand turnover company. Think of that, 9 billion Rand, almost 10 billion Rand, and it's going places. So I just like to say to people, I was actually very honored to be there. I've attended many of these presentations. I've done live presentations to lots of people around the, in South Africa. And all I would like to say is, I hope it gets back to the management that, I thank them from the bottom of my heart. And I like the fact that Craig picked up the comment that I made about Africa in general, the caring that we have for our fellow South Africans who we know are struggling at the moment and need this opportunity. A lot of these people who are out there are going to be battling and struggling. We know it's a difficult economy that we're in. South Africa is struggling politically, economically, you name it, and with COVID. So all I'd like to say to those who are new on the Zoom, stick with it, don't give up. And rejection is actually redirection. Whenever you do get a rejection, and you will get people saying no to you. But remember, no is not a no. I learned that in a Rank Xerox, really intensive training course. It just means that maybe not at this particular moment in time. And what one has to do is obviously uncover anybody's needs. But I was on a training course with Paul O'Mahony this week, and he was saying, people don't buy their needs, they buy what they want. Now, it's for us to explain to them that they're going to want to have a better health, better life, better money, a better lifestyle, and all of that is now possible. I think the opportunity that we've been given, and Nick, you know that, you only took probably 5 minutes to convince me, and I've been in many, many of these MLM systems over the year. You name them, I've tried them, affiliate marketing, and you name it. And I go back right to youngsters you don't even remember, a guy called Earl Nightingale, who was an American author who started things years ago with, in fact, you know, all these other motivational speakers, The Secret and Rich Man, Poor Man, Tony Robbins, all of that actually started before Jim Rohn even. So I always said to them, and everybody laughed, I'm probably their oldest brand manager, but I am so devoted to making a success of this company. This is the first time. It's because my heart is for Africa and for Africans. And we are all Africans, believe it or not, those who live on the continent. So that's my story, Nick. I just wanted to end up by saying, it's possible, guys. It's really up here that's going to make the difference for those people. And this could be a big, massive business. They were talking about millionaires and those French people who had nothing. They ended up with 6-7 figure dollar earning. So it's possible for us as well. And Nick, I just wanted to mention to those who haven't seen the Nigerian Zoom meeting, I thought that was incredible with Cameron Bott. You need to really watch that one. It is unbelievable what the Nigerians are doing. Now, here's a challenge. We have to be better than them.
Well done, George. As always, you knock us completely off the park here. We're so fortunate to have you as part of us, George. We will still learn so much from you, and I'm so excited. And you know, the other thing that I must also mention, I mean, what company gives you 200,000 NBEF shares, share options? What other company does that? You know, and we haven't even switched the light on. So you can just imagine what's going to happen. You know, we have the hype campaign, we have now the options, and these are all things we can leverage. And then next week, Wednesday, we've got Vusi Tembehuayo. I mean, at the end of the day, that guy is not coming cheap, trust me. And the wisdom that he has and the positivity that he can think. If I can give you guys a tip, we need to break the room next week. Next week, Wednesday, I promise you, if you invite 100 people as your guests, you got 100 signups. Trust me, you will have 100 signups. These are the events. These are the opportunities that you need to leverage off. This is now the time. And it's the best time to do it now before pre-launch. I said it in my Zoom last week, where don't worry about the product, forget about the product. We know what the products are. We just got to see them. We don't worry about the products, because it's no use having the product if your computer doesn't work. If your website is offline, if you can't do anything there, forget about the product for now. It's ready. The product is ready. So let us just use what we've got, the time that we have, the assistance we got from corporate. You've got Vusi, you've got the options that you can tell people. There's options, there's share options. That's money for jam, guys. That's money for jam. So you can go out there and you can actually do what you have to do, and until we launch. So Kolya, next speaker.
Carmen.
Hi everyone, I'm here. Hi Dad.
Okay.
So everyone has basically said everything I have on my list. It was really exciting to see everyone and actually meet them, and we did feel like family. We just sort of looked at each other, said hello, hello, hello. It was absolutely wonderful. Jared and Craig did the most beautiful function. The food was incredible. The whole venue, it was just wonderful. Something that came across, Mark was very passionate, as everyone said, and a huge inspiration, very honest about everything. And what came across was don't give up. It's really, really not the easiest business, and you just don't know what's around the corner. You might sign up someone who suddenly puts in 40 people and your whole team is grown by 40 people. That came across to me, because one does get no's, people do say no, and just to carry on with it. I don't know, the $200,000 in shares for Africa was amazing. We'll be able to obviously work towards the shares or whatever they're going to announce that. Yeah, and they said that we mustn't be in a rush because the products are all in the warehouse, they're all waiting, and we just need to get they need to get the website up and going because they can't announce products. They know what they are, the products are there. We can't, they can't announce them because everyone's going to want the products. And if the website's not up and running, we won't be able to order. No one will be able to buy. Yeah, that was it. I just loved it. It was fabulous and very nice to see that the Americans are very happy coming to Africa and wanting to help all our people. That's it. Everyone said everything else.
No, well, thank you so much, Carmen. You're awesome. I agree with you. And you know what?
Yes.
What stayed with me was also something Mark said. He said that we got to understand in our business, excuse me, you're dealing with the majority of employees, people with employee mentality, okay? And it's up to you to convert that employee mentality to entrepreneur mentality, okay? So that's where we find ourselves. We got to take people that are used to working for somebody into owning their own businesses. And that is what we must go out there now, because you can't get a business for free today. You can't get a business for free today. And that is what we're actually presenting to the people. We're giving them that opportunity. You know, the products that they're going to purchase is products that they use anyway. So you have an opportunity here to join a huge global company, an African company with people that will take the lead. You just follow. You just follow. And it's automatic. It will happen, you know. So, Kolja, next.
Glenys.
Hi, everybody. I'm Glenys.
Hi, Glenn.
Nice to see you all. Well, just before I even talk about Monday, I just want to say I've so enjoyed my journey with you guys since I joined in, I think it was February this year. And what really made me feel that I'm in the right place at the right time and with an amazing family. I know you're all crazy, but it's a good crazy. Was when, yeah, Nick, you number one crazy. Was when we got that announcement that this event was coming up on the 16th of August and we had to reach the 3,000 points. And when I went and checked up on my points, I was sitting on 2,436 points. And I was like, oh my God, I have to get to 3,000. How am I going to do this? So I started sharing as I had been doing anyway, but I just kind of amped it up. But what amazed me was just this amazing team that all just jumped on board. I mean, Nick just led the storm in that week, and they helped me get to the 3,000 points, which was absolutely amazing for me to be able to attend this event. So that was just like my gut saying, this is where I am and this is where I'm meant to be. And then meeting everybody, it was like getting together with a family reunion. I mean, it was almost like, because we haven't seen each other because of COVID or whatever the case may be, but we'd never met each other. But when we actually came together, it was like we'd known each other for forever. And it was just such a wonderful vibe in that place. There was no animosity or no people staring at each other. You know what it's like when strangers get together, everybody kind of sums each other up. And there was none of that, which was just so wonderful. It was such a warm feeling. And then when Craig and Mark arrived, it kind of amped that feeling up 100%, because they just kind of brought another energy into the whole meeting. And what really stood out for me was that they stood up there in front of us. There were no airs and graces. Nobody spoke from a speech. There was no presentation. They all just spoke from the heart, and they had it was unbelievable. They just had this passion and love for what they do. And if they can have that and pass it on to all of us, I just think that is just like the best gift that anybody can actually give anybody, especially at their level. And the way they also just adapt and learn from the new market that they're actually venturing into, because as Mark actually said, he actually said to Craig at a safari or something that they had gone on, you know, is Africa or is South Africa actually going to work? Are we going to be able to do this? So for him to really believe in the African continent and South Africa as well, it's an amazing experience. And I just hope that everybody that has the opportunity to come on board takes that opportunity. And yes, we'll all go through the failures and all the rest of it, but we're here to help each other and to build each other up. And that's what I love about this. The ethos of this company is just something that I'm very proud to be part of. And I can't wait to get started. I've got an amazing downline. I've got some real crackerjackers that have joined my team, that I've signed up some amazing youngsters. And I'm very passionate about my African friends. They all call me their Mama B or Mama Bear. That's kind of where I come into their lives. And I just hope that I can make a difference in their lives and build their businesses with them. So yeah, that was just my little outtake.
Awesome, Glenn. So nice to hear. So nice to hear. Okay, excellent. So next, Kolja.
Well, Nick, all that I can say is that you have a lot of mamas in your group, because I want to announce Marina also as a Mama Africa, because this is the vibe that I get from her. So Marina, you are next.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
Now?
Yep.
You hear me now? Hi, everyone. Okay, I think everybody said what I wanted to say, but again, I'm going to just reiterate how amazing it was to meet everyone. It was just, you know, on the Sunday night when we met all the people from Bloem, or a lot of the people from Bloem, it was just like, you know, these are our homies. Like, immediately, it was like, you know, we're with our people. And it was a wonderful feeling, because, you know, they didn't disappoint, you know, like Nick says, the online dating. When we eventually met, no, they didn't disappoint. They were just, you know, everything and more. So I was just so chuffed. And I mean, Lindy taught me how to put lipstick on. And I can just... I can't thank her enough, because I've done it, Lindy. I know you're not there, but I've done it, and it actually works so well. But besides that, I think Mark was just the highlight for me as well. He was so inspiring, and I just loved it when he said that, you know, him and Fred, you know, they were in a business where they were really making a lot of money. They were doing very, very well. So they didn't really need to leave. I mean, if they had left, then, you know, that lifestyle was going to take a bit of a halt. And they did, because they just felt that the direct selling and the network marketing industry needed a hero. And then he just had me at hero, I must tell you. So I just, and they are the hero. I mean, that's exactly what they've done. And that was just, to me, I don't know, this meeting everyone, listening to Mark, I just walked away and thought, this is definitely what I'm going to do, and I'm going to stick it through no matter what. I mean, even though, you know, I had no doubt before, but now I definitely don't. And I think I'm on another level now. Yeah.
Well done, Marina. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. And I just got one thing to say. You know, the thoughts that went through my mind on that Sunday night, I said, now, how tall are these guys? Because the Afrikaans boys are not short. The Greeks are short, but the Afrikaans boys are not short. And then I was at home, because you know what? It's the normal thing with me. The chicks dig me. So when I took a photo with all the girls, I was the same height as all of them. So Tammy, if you're listening, I'm as tall as what you are, dog. As tall as what you are. Because when I stood next to Fruan, Bernard, Franco, Jimmy, I saw in the photos, I even said to Marina, I said, I shouldn't have taken a photo with these guys. I looked like a little junior that they found me somewhere along the street, and they just said, come here, let's take a photo. But with the girls, I just fitted in there. It was all good. And that was like, that's a frame. That's a frame. I'm going to frame that one. So, Kolja, the next, who's the next?
The next is Yolandi Koopers.
Yolandi.
Hello, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed the stories everyone shared tonight. And Nick, if you frame that picture, you will be in big trouble.
So, oh, yeah, you're not there. But I'll stick a picture of you there. Don't worry.
I just want to say from my side that it's been, you know, the past couple of weeks has been such an amazing journey. I've been part of New Age since October last year, and it's been a roller coaster. I will not lie to you guys, but we are pioneers. We are building the foundation of Africa, and to be part of something so extraordinary is priceless, because I know everyone that's sitting on the Zoom, everyone that's going to stick it out will leave a legacy behind, and that's the most important thing. And it's exactly like what everyone said on the Zoom tonight. It was an incredible experience to meet people that you see on a Zoom on a daily basis. And I said to Henri, Nick, besides you now, don't take offense, you know, I love you with all my heart. But one of the most amazing experiences of that day was when Heidrey called my name. And it was, you know, you're busy, you've got so much adrenaline pumping, and it's like, oh my shit, yes, Glynis, yes, Nick, yes, this one, and you just want to hug everyone and you want to love them. It's COVID and it's difficult. And when Heidrey walked in and she said, Yola, and I looked up and I saw her face, and she was as beautiful as on the pictures and on the Zooms. And it was like when you held each other, it felt like home. And that is one thing that I want to bring out. That's exactly how Craig and Mark Wilson and Jared Brown handled and treated us with so much respect and so much love. Now, let me tell you one thing. I have never experienced in my life something like this. Never. I've never experienced where people just lock arms and elevate together. Because let me tell you one thing, you might not be in my organization or in Fruan's organization or Henri or Nick or Kolja or whoever, but I promise you, when you reach out to any of the people on the Zoom or not even on the Zoom, that they will pick you up and elevate you to the top. And that is one thing that I want to highlight, because we are not in competition with anyone. We are working together. And when we are working together, all of us will reap the success. And that's the beauty of this business, that you might be in this business for yourself, Nick, but you are not by yourself. And I just want to say, you know, I second everything that everyone said, and it's exactly like Mark Wilson said, that, baby, we are going places with or without you. And I just want to say, stay tenacious, stay hungry, know why you are doing this. And let me tell you, in a short period of time, your rocket is going to launch and you're going to go very high. And everyone that's sitting with you on this Zoom tonight, everyone in your team, you've got the opportunity to lock arms with them and to fly very high with them. So that's from me. I just again want to say that I had the worst FOMO on Sunday night because I could not be there. I was like a little girl sending messages the whole time going, what are you doing? Are you having fun? Send me a photo. Are you home yet? Because I just wanted to know what they're doing. And it was exactly the same for Monday. And, you know, I just know in my heart that this is the right thing for us. This is a calling. This is an opportunity that you cannot let slip through your fingers. And yeah, I'm excited to do it with everyone. I'm excited to do it with everyone. Much love, everyone. Have fun.
Thank you.
Be crazy, like you guys said. It's either crazy or lucky. That's what they said. So you're either crazy because you're doing network marketing, or you're lucky because you're driving the car that they wanted to drive. So you're either going to be crazy or lucky, guys. One of the two. So be both.
Thank you, Yulandiwe. Thank you so much. It was awesome to hear from you again. So I want to call a special lady on again now. She's the captain in America, in Colorado Springs. This Zoom is not going to be the same if she doesn't come on and say something. So Erica, I want you to unmute yourself, unprepared, and just tell us how you felt knowing what we were doing in your
Oh, wow. Well, first of all, let me say hello, Africa. I loved, somebody said today, I think it was Wim George, when he spoke about the continent of Africa. And I want to tell you what my experience has been with all of you this week. I have cried, I have laughed, I have celebrated, I have suffered from FOMO, as you will not believe. I feel like I need to let everybody go and fly and run and be who they need to be. But at the same time, Tams and I are like, why the hell are we over here? But I will tell you something that has happened to me and Nick and everybody listening. I want you to hear me and remember this. You are going to take the continent of Africa. But let me tell you something. You are influencing the world. Do you hear me? Who you are, what you say, the way you do things. My cell phone has been flooded with messages. It's not about the money. Please hear me. The money is wonderful. It's going to bless all of us, but that's not what it is about. The legacy that you guys are leaving for the world, they are watching you. And I implore you, what you shared today, continue with that. Live it. Speak it. Even in the days when you feel this is a load of whatever, right? Even in those moments, pick yourself up and continue forward. Don't ever, ever stop. You guys, you are influencers. I just want you to understand the responsibility that comes with that title. So I'm so proud of all of you. My heart's desire from the start was that you guys will be blessed. That is my prayer. And to see that starting to happen, but the real blessing has already started to happen. You've loved each other well in this process. Let me tell you, that is the real blessing. You will be friends for life. You will witness God's faithfulness and goodness in each other's lives. That, my friends, is the way you change the world. That is how you do it. So continue with this, team. We are going to be putting out amazing things to equip you, to empower you. We cannot do it for you, but God help us. We are going to be right behind you, cheering you on, giving you what you need. Mark Wilson, Craig De Bruin, I've been in communication with all of them this week. You are becoming other people's breakthroughs. And you're doing it excellently. I'm so happy for you. I've got chills. I love all of you very, very much. You go, rock it, take Africa, wees skatryk, wees stinkryk, but change the world in the process. Much love to all of you.
Oh my goodness. You know what? Okay, so hou net so bietjie aan. Okay, so I'll talk now. Well done, Erica. Thank you so much for those words. You know what? I always say it. You're what you say, how you say it, spontaneous, baffles me. I can't be like you. Well done. Thank you so much. And you know, something that Erica said yesterday on her abundant living thing there, you spoke about breakthrough. And I just want to tell everybody on this Zoom, yeah, we're in the breakthrough. We in the breakthrough right now. The blessing's coming. When that switch goes, that's the blessing. So, Kolja, say final remarks, and then I'll just close us off.
Yes, Nick. Yeah, that is ironic because the quote that Coach Palmer made earlier this day summarized things perfectly for me where we are at the moment. He said the true breakthrough is always pre-breakthrough. The breakthrough isn't the explosion, it's when you light the fuse. So his quote said, "You're closer than you think to breakthrough." And that is where we are. Our breakthrough is around the corner.
Thank you, Kolja. And that's it, guys. Remember, 10X Nation, eh? We're going 10X. 10X, sure. So, guys, thank you, everybody, for joining tonight. You can unmute yourselves. I hope we accomplished what we were supposed to accomplish and enjoyed the Zoom. Thank you for attending. Good night, everybody. And we'll see you on Monday night Zoom. Watch the flyers. Big guests on tomorrow, on next week. Big guests on Watch the Facebook. Cheers. Good night. Good morning. Good day.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Love you guys.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.